September 1814. The war had already taken so much Washington lay in ashes. The Capitol burned. The White House blackened by fire. I wasn't standing on American soil anymore. I was trapped aboard a British ship, negotiating for the release of a prisoner. They agreed, but they couldn't let me leave. I'd heard too much. I knew too much, so there I stayed, floating helplessly in the darkness, watching an entire nation's fate unfold before my eyes. Across the water, Fort McHenry, a handful of Americans, farmers, merchants, young boys, old soldiers, standing behind brick walls, waiting for an empire. Then it began. The sky erupted, rocket after rocket, bomb after bomb. The thunder never stopped for 25 endless hours. Iron, fire, smoke, and prayers. Every explosion lit the harbor just long enough for me to search the darkness. One question consumed every heartbeat. Is she still there? That flag, that great American flag, every flash, I'd catch another glimpse, still flying, then darkness again. Silence, no, not silence. More cannon fire, more rockets, more waiting. Can you see what he saw that night? Hope hanging by a thread, waiting for first light. One flag, one dream, still refusing to fall. Sometimes freedom survives simply because somebody stands through it all. What if the flag disappeared? Would America disappear with it? Would Baltimore fall? Would this young republic, barely 38 years old, become another forgotten experiment? History balanced on one lonely flagpole. The longest night always feels endless. Smoke hid the stars, rain mixed with powder. Every minute, another prayer, another explosion, another desperate glance, looking, searching, hoping. Then, morning. The guns grew quiet, the smoke began to drift away for one terrible moment. I couldn't see anything. My heart knew what my eyes feared. Then the wind changed, and there she was. Not the small storm flag, but the giant garrison flag, 30 feet by 42 feet, torn, scarred, still waving, still saying, we're still here. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly survived through the terrible night? The rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, didn't write the song they proved. Our flag was still there. People remember the words, sometimes. They forget the man who wrote them. He wasn't sitting at a desk. He wasn't trying to write history. He was simply watching, praying, hoping for one more glimpse of a flag that refused to surrender. And when the sun finally rose, America still stood. That's why he wrote the Star-Spangled Banner.